Hello everyone, this is Bill Apter, March 2nd, 2021. And unfortunately, I'm here doing another one of these. I hate to do these videos. Pro Wrestling World 2021, just been a bummer of a year in terms of people that we've lost. And in recent days, so many wrestlers have passed on that I haven't even been able to keep up with it to do tributes and videos to them. So today, March 2nd, upon awakening, I saw a message from my dear friend Dottie Curtis, the widow of the, as they say, late great Don Curtis, that Ann Casey had died. Yeah, Ann Casey, one of the incredible women of the pro wrestling world. I remember back when I started my career in 1970 and going down to the magazine photo file room. Mr. Weston, my mentor, who was the publisher back then, would go through all the files and he'd show me where the area where the men wrestling were, the boxing files, and the women wrestling. And he had a whole drawer of women wrestling files, and there was one of them that had like a leopard sticker on it. I said, "Who is that?" And he said to me, "That's Ann Casey. She's absolutely magnificent wrestler, and she's drop dead gorgeous." And I know he did a million stories on her, and they chatted every once in a while. And in later years, the last few years, I've become friends with her on Facebook. And unfortunately, the news, again, March 2nd, the death of Ann Casey. We also lost in the past week or so Josephus, ? Someone I didn't really know at all, but his accomplishments to the wrestling industry obviously were very high because he had a huge following. So our condolences to the family and friends of Josephus, ? Johnny DeFazio, man, Johnny DeFazio, when I first got into the business in 1970, I'd already heard of him through a broadcaster by the name of Bill Cardell, who was a broadcaster for wrestling in Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and he also did a late night horror movie show there. And of course, Bruno Sammartino told me about Johnny DeFazio many times, a hard-working man in the wrestling industry. And he was also a hard-working man out of the wrestling industry, being in the steel workers, I believe, in Pittsburgh. And he was a part-time wrestler who everyone who knew him said he could have been a full-time wrestler and very successful. But what a sweet guy, really, really nice guy. Sorry to lose Johnny DeFazio. And real big one, a guy that I knew really well when he and Tony Gurria held the WWF Tag Team belts. And I'm talking about Hawaii's own Dean Ho. Yeah, what a great guy. I also knew him when he was down in the Georgia territory. But what a nice guy. He was friendly. He was kind of like the what can I say? He was like the precursor to Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Same type of sweet personality. He could be deadly in the ring. He was an excellent showman, but a very gentle soul, just a nice guy. And many times he and I, when he came to New York, would go out to this Hawaiian restaurant. It was a tourist place called Hawaii Kai on, I think it was Broadway in about 49th or 50th Street. Always enjoyed his company. So rest in peace, my friend. Oh, there's one more guy. There's one more guy who was in so many territories, So every place that I traveled, no matter where it would be in the world, Don Serrano was always working on the card. Puerto Rico, everywhere in the United States, Canada, anywhere I went to Europe, every place in the world, he always seemed to be on a card. He was a perennial uh, worker who helped get guys over so well, and he always had a great smile. Anytime he would see me, he always perked up, and we would talk about our families. Yeah, Don Serrano was a magnificent, what they used to call back in those days, jobber, but he was an enhancement worker. He could have been a major star, I think, and he probably was in some of the territories. But yeah, absolutely incredible professional wrestler. So that's unfortunately the list, and I don't want to see this list keep on growing. So our thoughts and prayers out to the names and the human beings that I just covered, and love to their families, friends, and I wish I just didn't have to do these kind of videos anymore. But all right, this is Bill Apter, and leave your memories of these great performers: Ann Casey, Question Mark, Don Serrano, um, Johnny DeFazio, and Dean Ho. All right, I'm sure we'd like to all read your memories of these great competitors in pro wrestling. This is Bill Apter. See you at the matches eventually.